feeling lightheaded, feeling a little tired. I should have brought up some water. Wait for me. I need that. Wait, no, don't leave. Because right now, this heat is getting worse, bro. The biggest mission is to get out this blower motor. This is an ECM motor. ECM is electronically commutated motor, where it takes high voltage and low voltage. The high voltage gives it power, and the low voltage, depending on where it's tapped for, because ECM motors have speed taps, it will run the motor at a certain speed. If you see right here, so it shows the low volt speed taps. So you have 1, 2 for medium low, 3 medium high, 4 is high, and then 5 is max. Then you have C, L, G, and N. C is your common, L is your line, G is ground, and N is neutral. You can see it here on this harness plug. You have your high voltage here, and then this wire right here is on your low voltage. So your low voltage tap tells the motor how fast or how slow to run. High voltage gives it power. Now that's ECM motors. Now PSC motors, like this one, this will be a PSC motor, permanent split capacitor. This motor takes a capacitor in order to run. It takes high voltage, and then the capacitor gives it a boost so it can start. And that's how this one runs. Now, ECM motors are new and popular because they're more efficient. A lot more units are pushing out the ECM motor for efficiency. This motor could be used for a blower as well, just so you guys know. A PSC motor can be used for a blower. Like they could put this PSC motor, this one that takes a cap inside of here. You could also use an ECM motor for your condenser fan. It's all about what the manufacturer did though, because some manufacturers, they'll have an ECM motor inside of the blower section, and they'll also have one for the condenser fan. And I hope that didn't confuse anybody. Just remember, there's 2 types, ECM, PSC. This one is more efficient than this one. However, this one costs a little bit more, or a lot more. We're gonna do the hard stuff first. Let's get rid of this ECM motor first. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this is gonna be the bulk of what we do. Because that thing, as small as it looks, it's pretty heavy. And it's mostly heavy because of that housing. That housing weighs a lot. Like seriously. I don't know what these people were thinking. Oh, look at that spider. Yo, there's spiders. I don't know what kind of spiders are breeding in these air conditioning units, but this spider here, I don't know what kind of spider that is, but you'll see that in a lot of rooftop units. A lot of rooftop units. These wires, let's see where they go. So you have one wire that goes to your cap. I'm gonna take off the cap, or take off the wire to the cap. Because on a lot of train systems, their blue is their common. They use blue as their common a lot. Alright, black wire. Red is the run for the CFM. So we got 2 of our wires isolated. And then the black one goes to line 1, which is right here. Yosh! Alright, get rid of the CFM. We're also going to change this. Okay. Doing this by yourself. Whenever you work by yourself, big repairs like this, you always want like some type of process in your mind how you're going to do things. Like me personally, I try to envision, because I've done these repairs like numerous amount of times. Oops. I kind of like envision how it's going to go. In a way, like I kind of envision what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it. I don't just like take things apart. I gotta get real strong with this thing. Ooh, damn. So that's the housing of the motor. So when the motor runs, it sucks air through the return, which is right here. That's all the hot air in the building we're trying to get rid of. It passes through this evaporator coil, and then the motor takes that air and pushes it downstairs, and that's our supply. So next we're gonna have to take off these legs that are holding our motor in place. If we take these off, then we're able to put our new one in, put the new legs onto the new motor. I know somebody's probably like, where's your wrench? Bro, my wrench is downstairs right now, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't feel like climbing down 2 stories just for 1 tool. So I'm gonna improvise with my crescent wrench. Feel me? Or should I say the ratchet? The ratchet is downstairs, whatever you want to call it. It looks like this. Similar to this. Alright, we got the legs off now. So now we just gotta open up this housing so we can get the motor out. I'll say the only difficult part about this is getting this wheel out. If you're in the field, if you can, please ride up a blower motor with a wheel. Don't just ride one up without one. Because in this situation, you see how rusted this thing is? This shaft is super rusted, so trying to slide this motor out is gonna be a mission. Literally a mission. We're gonna first take off the lock nut. There we go. Take off the lock nut because it's holding our shaft. I'm not gonna lie, whoever made up these terms, they're freaky as hell. They called it a lock nut, then they called this the shaft. Like, dang, bro, did you take a honey pack when you were thinking of these terms? Like, jeez. So having 2 types of pulley pullers, like you have one for the pulley itself, like this one will mount onto a pulley. Like if a blower has a pulley, that one will mount onto a blower's shaft. So I could actually slide it off the wheel. Tools you have make your job easier. Don't look at tools as like, oh my gosh, I'm spending all this money. Look at tools as investments. These are supposed to make your job easier, bro. Why you want to work so hard? I know everybody advocates about working hard, but bro, I advocate working smarter. Why don't we work smarter? Why are we working harder? You know what I mean? Typically when they're rusted this bad, instead of me trying to pull it out from the bottom, because it's going to be hard whenever your shaft is super rusted, I usually get a shaft puller, or I guess this is called a shaft puller. So how it works is that I line up the hole. I line up the hole with the shaft, then I put it over the shaft, tighten it, and then pull it out. That sounds so crazy. So we line it up as much as we can. Then we're gonna tighten the screws so that this thing gets stuck on. Turn this thing all the way down. Try to pull this thing out. One more thing you should always do when you have new parts, always confirm the specs. So I went through here and I confirmed that everything on the old motor is the same on the new motor. Because the last thing you want to do, guys, is put in a blower motor or a part and the specs are all wrong. You turn it on, it does some weird stuff, it breaks, it messes up the system, and then you're like, geez, if only I read my motor or read my paperwork thoroughly, I would know that this was the wrong part all along. So I confirmed that everything on this motor in terms of specs, the phase, the horsepower, voltage, amps, RPMs is the same as over here on our new one. So for sure we're good. We're gonna change it out, put these legs on, because these legs, one of the most annoying parts of doing a motor, they never stay still. They never like stay still, but we got a method. We got like 10,000 methods for AC, bro. It's like how they have methods for custo. HVAC got methods for this AC stuff, man. So let's lock in. The hard part is over. But one thing about repairs, I always say this, bro, never say that it's gonna be easy. Never ever say a repair is gonna be easy. I like to say like, okay, this repair is gonna be simple. I never use the word easy. You say it's easy, you literally have the worst day of your life. You start to wonder like, bro, does the universe really hate me? Why am I going through all this trouble? Where did all this struggle come from? Just say it's gonna be simple. Don't say it's gonna be an easy job. It feels so cool underneath here, but then when you get out of it, it's like you're walking in a desert, bro. But yeah, I'm feeling lightheaded, feeling a little tired. I should have brought up some water, some Gatorade, some type of electrolyte with me, and really kept it on hand, you know, and keep it on hand, because right now this heat is getting worse, bro. Like this summer is gonna be a hot summer. I already know. We're already in spring and it's this hot. I could only imagine what summer is gonna look like or feel like. Okay, now that our legs are on, secured to the housing, we have to line up this motor wheel with the shaft enough where it won't scrape against. See how it's scraping right now? We don't want that. And also when you put on your lock nut, you want to make sure that flat piece of the shaft is lined up with that hole. So when you screw it in, it'll hold the motor in place. There we go. All right, let's do one more spin test before we put this motor in. That's beautiful. It's not scratching against anything. So we're gonna lift it up and put this thing right back on there. Guys, I am super dehydrated right now. I'm in South Florida, so I'm really trying right now to lock in. Should have brought up some water. There is a chance that I might go downstairs though, because I'm not trying to overwork myself and people find me on the roof. I care about my life more than anything. And I am taking breaks in the shade. I have like a little shade thing right here where I have been sitting for like 10 minutes just to cool my body down, because the signs of dehydration, well, what I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling a little lightheaded for sure. I've been yawning a lot. That's another sign that you're dehydrated. Yawning a lot, feeling tired, sleepy, lightheaded. All signs that you need to relax, take a breather, and then get back to work. In a short moment here, I'm gonna take one more break, knock this out as quick as I can. Well, we're almost done. We just gotta put the motor in. And then I'm gonna go get something to drink, man. Wait for me. I need that. Wait, no, don't leave. Okay. I need that. Hey, man. You saved my life, man. You saved my life. All right, let's see. Let me do a cherry ice. I gotta thank God for that ice cream, man, bro. He blessed me with the cocoa mango cherry. Back in the Bronx, there used to be like these people that had like their carts, and they would like, every time when you're at the park, there'd be like the mommy or the poppies, and they'd always have like these different flavors. They'd have coconut, mango, cherry. Coconut was my favorite one to get. I used to mix the coconut with the with the cherry. Fire. Coconut with the cherry, fire. So every time I get like Italian ice, I either get cherry or coconut, or mango. Just those three: coconut, mango, or cherry are always like my favorite ice flavors. But he can't clutch with this. I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't for him, I'd probably be on the floor somewhere. That guy's goated. I'll tell you that. He is goated. All right. So final verdict: we're at 60 degrees for supply, 81 degrees for a return. So 21 degrees split. That is perfect. We're gonna go take lunch. Thank you guys for surviving with me. Whether you're chilling in your bedroom or living room, or you're watching me on the roof, we're in this together, man. It's gonna be a hot summer, so make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. Drink your water, get your electrolytes, get your protein in your body, and please eat good for this summer, because the heat is not playing. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.